Yo, what's up guys, it's Nick from Begins Gaming, and yeah, I know I don't have my face cam, no duh, I didn't have it in the last video today, but my camera died, and all my batteries are currently charging, so I can't really use it right now, and I need to get this video out. So yeah, today we are going to be going over the tight end rankings, or the tight end ratings for Madden 20. Now, I don't really mind the list that much. But one thing that I think should be changed is the inflation of all these guys' ratings. You're going to see so many higher ratings in this list than what they are given, especially near the top. So first, obviously, I'm choosing Travis Kelce at number 1. He's easily the best tight end in the league. I have him as a 97 instead of a 96. It's the only thing. And then I have Zach Ertz at number 2, like Madden does, but I have Zach Ertz at a 96 instead of a 93. Zach Ertz is so underrated, and he's the second best tight end in the league, best tight end in the NFC. He's so incredibly underrated, just what he does for the Eagles. Then I actually have George Kittel at number 3, just based on his year last year and how valuable he was and how much he carried that offense, especially without Jimmy Garoppolo. I have George Kittle at a 94 instead of a 90. If they're doing it off of a 3-year based rating like MLB The Show does, where they base it off of the past 3 years instead of just like 1 year, then I can see why that's a 90. But if it's just based on like the last year, then that should be a 94. And then next I have Greg Olsen at a 92. Now I understand why they gave him an 89, just because of his injuries and his incapability to stay on the field. He has not been able to stay on the field, but when he does, he is better than Delanie Walker, in my opinion. But he is still a very good tight end. I think he should be a 92. Then I have Delanie Walker at a 92. I agree with the rating, but I don't agree with the ranking. I think he's the 5th best tight end in the league, not 3rd. 6th, I have Tyler Eifert. So do they, but I have him as a 91 instead of an 88. That's kind of the same thing with Greg Olsen, because I'm pretty sure I might be getting this wrong, but I swear Tyler Eifert was the one who broke his leg on the Bengals. Hold on, don't open files. Tyler Eifert injury. Yeah, he was the one who broke his leg, right? Yeah. He was the one who broke his leg, or whatever. But that's probably why he's only an 88, but I do think he should be higher. Then I have Jordan Reed, like Madden. I have Jordan Reed as a 90 instead of an 88. I just feel like Jordan Reed has been slept on. He did have a bad year after his insane year, but I still think that he's such a great tight end. I think that there are very great tight ends in the league, better than they've ever been in a while. I don't think ever, but in a while. Then I have Eric Ebron, who is lower on Madden's rankings than mine is. Now, Eric Ebron I have as an 89, and in Madden he's an 86. But Eric Ebron, he fits in so well with Andrew Luck. That has been such a good pickup for the Colts. I mean, him and Jack Doyle, which you guys will definitely see later, that has been such a good duo. It's really incredible how well they've played together. Now, Eric Ebron, he struggled with the Lions, but now that he's on Indianapolis, he's just been so good. All right, next I have Trey Burton as an 88 instead of an 87. He was on the Eagles, and he actually did pretty well on the Eagles, but I didn't really get to see him too much last year on the Bears, but apparently he's does pretty well, and he is a very good tight end too. And he was kind of in Zach Ertz's shadow when he was on the Eagles, because he was playing as a number 2 tight end. And now that he's a number 1 tight end, he's definitely broken out. Next, I have Jared Cook at an 87. They gave him an 87 on the Saints. Now, I think that Jared Cook, I think he's a little overrated. I feel like that the guys ahead of him are much better. Madden has guys ahead of him that I wouldn't put ahead, or Madden has him ahead of guys who I wouldn't put ahead of him. You will see that eventually. But I just feel like Jared Cook. He is a good tight end, and I have him as an 87, so I think that rating's good. But I feel like in real life, he's a little overrated. Next, I have Jack Doyle at an 86. Now, Jack Doyle is an interesting tight end. Now, he was the number 2 tight end for the Colts last year. And now, here's the thing. If he was on a different team, I honestly think he would be near the 90s. Just because he's been playing with Eric Ebron, I feel like that his numbers could get higher. But he's a very good tight end, and I really like that 2 tight end set that the Colts run on offense. And I think that that's going to break out even more this year than it did last year. Next, I have Hunter Henry as an 86. He did get injured, but I still think he's a pretty solid tight end. I like the 86 rating on him. Next, I have Austin Hooper. I agree with the 85. I think that he's an interesting one because his height, I'm pretty sure, is a lot bigger than the other guys. Do they have his height on the Madden player database? If this could load, please, can you load? Do they have his height? No, they don't. Here, let me look it up. Austin Hooper height. He is 6'4". Oh, I thought he was taller, but he is still pretty good. Next is Kyle Rudolph. Now, Kyle Rudolph, he's had really good seasons where he's been in the 90s, but I mean, it's a little because of Kirk Cousins, but I feel like I'm pretty sure he just signed a contract. He either just signed a contract extension or he's going to be a free agent this year. I don't really remember because it's been a while, but Kyle Rudolph is a pretty good tight end. I do agree with him as an 85 as of now. Next, I have Evan Ingram. I really like Evan Ingram. I'm a Giants fan, those of you guys who don't know. But I feel like he should get a +1. I feel like Evan Ingram should be in the same category as Kyle Rudolph, Austin Hooper, Jack Doyle, and all those guys. So I'm giving him an 85 instead of an 84. O.J. Howard, he is one of my favorite players of all time out of Alabama. I'm an Alabama fan, those of you guys who don't know. 84 overall, he is continuing to grow each and every year. I feel like he would be so much better if they didn't have such a bad quarterback situation in Tampa Bay. If he had a quarterback who could throw the football, he would break out. Now, O.J. Howard is very young, so he still has a lot of room to improve. So I agree with the 84, but I feel like he could have a breakout year any moment now. Next, at number 17, I have Jimmy Graham. Jimmy Graham, I think he's a little over the hill. He's still pretty serviceable. I have him as an 84 instead of an 83. But I feel like Jimmy Graham does his job well. Not as well as he used to, obviously, in his prime. But I feel like he suits well with Aaron Rodgers. Then I have David Njoku at an 84. Now, David Njoku is an 82. I feel like that is way too low for David Njoku. If you have seen his stats, especially when he went 0-16 with the Browns, with those quarterbacks, how well he did with them, and then how well his numbers grew with Baker Mayfield last year, that Browns team is going to be very exciting, and I really like their weapons, and I feel like David Njoku is the most underrated of their weapons. Number 19, I have Vance McDonald at an 83. Madden has him as an 83. I think Vance McDonald could break out this year. Yes, he's not a receiver, he's a tight end, but I feel like he could break out stats-wise because Aaron Donald, did I just say Aaron Donald? Oh my god. I'm stupid. Antonio Brown is gone. That is why I think he could break out. And then lastly, number 20, I have Benjamin Watson at an 82. So I agree with the rating they gave him. One thing that you might have noticed is that I've left Jason Witten out. Now here's the thing. Jason Witten is 100% a Hall of Fame tight end. Do I think that as of now he is a top 20 tight end? No. And here's why. Taking a year off, that could do some major damage to his skills. He's a year behind all these guys, right? Jason Witten, he just has to prove it. If he can go back out there for the Cowboys, do really well for them, back to Jason Witten, he would easily make my top 20. But he just has to prove us that he is Jason Witten still. So yeah, that is going to be it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. I've been your host, Nick from Begins Gaming, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.